What's going on, everybody? The Breakdown, episode 64. We're here, me and Akil Patterson, sponsored by Unstoppable Domains. This is an unstoppable show. You should get yourself an unstoppable domain name. Go to Gokhshtein click on a link there, I guess. It's safe. It's safe, trust me. And it'll send you to the appropriate website to go get yourself an NFT. That's not financial advice. I'm just saying. And then we got the merch store. I could use some merch today. I can really use some merch today because it's fucking freezing in New York. So definitely gonna cop myself a fucking hoodie. Limited or not limited. Definitely get yourself some G Media swag because you deserve it. And if you want attention, G Media swag is where it's at. Shout out to Gokhshtein Media for allowing us to host the show. And that's crazy. I guess they don't give a fuck about being shut down. So okay. Kill, how's your weekend, bitch?
Wow, just coming out swinging. Nah, weekend was good. I'm redoing the kitchen, at least the kitchen cabinets. So I did a lot of sanding, a lot of staining, and some painting. So I guess I sound like a suburban dad right now, don't I? Like, hey, what did I do this weekend? Well, Chad, I just recently stained the kitchen. So yeah, so that's what I did with most of my weekend. Then I had some brunch. Shout outs to Maryland football. They didn't win, but they beat the 17-point spread, so I'm all for it. And
Why would you shout
to
out anybody who didn't win?
because they beat the spread. Yeah, but bro, beating the
They
spread
didn't win.
sometimes is a win. Beating the spread's the
They,
win.
they got their ass cheeks spread. That's what happened.
So if you put a
No, and
little,
nobody cares.
if you could have put a couple dollars on it, you win.
Are you
So
are
guess
you
what?
promoting gambling?
Look, if they want to come on here and be my next sponsor, go ahead. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. By the
But
way,
no, I'm
Gokhshtein
not
Media.
promoting it. I just said if you want to put a couple, look, that was a huge spread. They had him at 17 and a half points. And I was like, what's wrong with it? It's legal. It's not. See, David, I think that's something we've got to talk about here. And it's not illegal. It's not illegal what we do. Like, so if somebody puts a little money on a game and it's legal, fine. If you want to put some money into crypto and it's legal, that's fine. Like, don't make me out to be a bad guy because I did something that's legal. It's not like I'm sitting here like betting my house or anything. It's like $50, $100, man. It ain't like God earth shattering money. I've seen people spend more at the bar and get nothing back other than a headache.
I think you're encouraging people to gamble.
I'm encouraging people to live their lives and be themselves.
Football was good this weekend. I got to say that the Dolphins are just a machine, and anybody who's ever doubted that boy at quarterback, y'all must be feeling some sort of way. Yo, that dude is literally in fuego, bro. In
He is
fuego.
on
That entire
fire, but the
team.
Dolphins still. I can't get behind the Dolphins. Shout out to my homeboy Randy Starks. Played with him at Maryland. Randy Starks, defensive tackle legend, played at Miami, but I can't get for the Dolphins. Just seem so. Yeah, I
Why?
just can't. I don't know. It's almost like rooting for the Patriots. I just can't. I don't know
Is it the
why.
colors?
Huh?
Is it the colors?
I don't think it's the colors, but it could be. Maybe because they just make me sick. I don't know. Or maybe it's a porpoise. You know what? Maybe it was Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I think that's what did it for me. Watching that
oh my
Finkel's
god,
Einhorn
that's
Finkel.
crazy, bro.
What's
That's stupid. That's stupid. That's dumb.
stupid about that?
That's stupid. Um, sorry, I just had to go ahead and spread our channel around all over social media. Let everybody know, guys. Thank you so much. I just wanted to really quickly touch on. Appreciate everybody coming into Twitter Spaces, but we have moved on to YouTube. So
Yeah.
if you want to go ahead and chime in, if you want to have your voice heard, and if you're not scared to come on camera, do call in. But we like to show our faces, and we want to be on camera because we are sexy as fuck. And well, I speak for myself. I'm just whatever. Okay, fine. I'll give you some love today. We are sexy as fuck, and more than happy to come on to the show and talk about random shit that we'll talk about today. Do Kwon! But hold
Oh,
on,
Jesus.
before Do Kwon, was there anything in the fucking news at all? Crypto is so fucking boring. I got to tell you, like it's cliche, but it's fucking watching paint dry on a fucking wall, man. Like literally boring.
I don't think there was anything major this weekend. I didn't have anything come across my desk. Literally the only thing is Do Kwon. That's it. Um,
So did Interpol
yeah.
really? Is this real, or is this like some some minor organization that somehow has some sort of affiliation with Interpol, has now put out a warrant for his arrest? What's happening, bro? Like, I really didn't dive deep into this today. You know why? I'll tell you why. I went to sleep at 3 o'clock last night. I was watching fucking infomercials. Okay, and then the
What?
infomercials led into fucking YouTube and me watching space. I was watching planets that are like 4,000 light years away. That's what I was so. You know what? And they seem so fucking peaceful. Those planets seem so peaceful. I'd get on a fucking rocket ship and get the fuck out of here. But yeah, is that real? That whole Dokwan shit?
Yeah. So basically, he is on the red notice. So that puts him on a no travel list, effectively. So, yep, he
So
is.
okay, I'm not defending Dokwan. Y'all already know how I feel about Dokwan and shit, right? But the dude failed, right? The dude failed. Let's take it step by step. Did he fail in business?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Yes,
Yes.
right? Do you believe he went ahead and conned people in this business that he failed in?
I don't know, but
But
I don't think the
without the
con
evidence
isn't the
yet.
problem, David. The con
But
isn't
hold
the
on, hold
problem.
on. I just want to lead it into a place, and then you can have the mic.
Okay.
Did he con people into getting into Luna or Terra, the entire ecosystem?
I don't know if he conned other people, but for the majority, most people got into it willingly, I would say.
Okay, so willingly got into the Terra network.
A majority.
Okay, so you have that, right?
Yep.
This is where I play devil's advocate. This is where I play devil's advocate. There are plenty of businesses that these are businesses, by the way. There are plenty of businesses that fail. There are plenty of businesses that fail. And if you want, let's talk about the ones that fail on Wall Street. Let's talk about the ones that fail in Silicon Valley. Let's talk about them. Do the CEOs or the founders of those businesses get arrested and get warrants issued on them?
Not in the United States. They get levied with a fine. But remember, this is South Korea.
No, but I'm saying in general, like, you have all these people coming after him.
Yeah.
They lost money.
Yep.
They lost money. So my question goes to, does he deserve to have this shit coming at him?
And that takes me back to what is he here for? Like, he has legitimately basically said that his role in this might be minuscule in his mind, but South Korea says that no, you intentionally knew what was going on. And I think this comes from, remember, he had offices in South Korea that he shut down a week before the protocol just failed, right? When it was exploited. That means that he may have had inside knowledge that it was going to happen. And so now South Korea wants answers. I mean, because there's a lot of people who lost money in South Korea, probably. Now, currently, I think he's in Singapore. So that's part of like the issue is that now you've got an international situation. He does not want to answer the high courts of South Korea, and he's located in Singapore. It will probably will not be the extradition probably won't happen, but there's somebody that wants to know what occurred, and they're asking him to show up in court and defend himself, and he will not because he knows South Korea is probably not going to be too friendly to him. So, and I don't know South Korean law. So that's something else that we have to remember is like, yo, their laws could be, vastly different than what we may experience here in the United States. So he might be held accountable somewhere else. But for all intents and purposes, he's still got to. I mean, somebody wants to know what happened. If you lost $60 billion, David, somebody's going to want to know what happened to you. They're going to want to ask the questions. And if you and your company are just going to hide in Singapore somewhere, that's going to raise a lot more flags. So, Kwon, yeah, they asked for the Interpol to put a red notice on him, and apparently they have. So, now he's got next to zero movement. Zero movement. Next to zero movement. I say next to zero movement because he could still probably get around on a private jet or a chartered boat or something like that, or yacht, because you got money like that. Going to international waters and tell everybody, nope, you won't catch me.
So he's gonna take it up to Kwon.
Yes, he could potentially take it up to Kwon.
Got it. By the
But it's
way, we
still
got a
wild.
comment here. Do you see these comments? People don't even like analyze shit. You can't say those planets. By the way, I just said that like I was I probably went to sleep at 3 a.m. because I was watching infomercials, and then the shit led into a YouTube channel which was showing off planets and shit. Planets that are like 4,000 light years away, and I just said that the planets look so peaceful that I'd get on a fucking rocket ship and head that way because this planet pretty much sucks. And we have a comment here on YouTube, which is, "You can't say those planets are currently peaceful. It takes a very long time for the light to even get there. You're actually looking at their past, bro. Why that deep? Why are you going that deep? I didn't go that deep. I just said I would get on a fucking plane, or excuse me, a fucking rocket ship, and get the fuck out of here. Like that's all I said. I said the planet looked peaceful. I didn't go into the fucking origins or history, bro.
I
I didn't
mean,
talk about the fucking planet Caper colliding with a fucking foreign star. Like I didn't go that deep. This is not the Science Channel. I'm not that crazy fucking scientist. What's that? Bill
Bill
Nye,
Nye, the science guy.
yeah, whatever. Like I'm not that guy. The fuck? Did you really have to go that deep? Like Kwon? Deep into Kwon? Oh, damn it. Can you read the crypto news, please, for the time being? Tell me what's on the NFT. The NFT, by the way, shout outs to the Bored Apes, Yuga Labs, who making a comeback. Fuck, I thought I was going to zero on that shit. I gotta tell you, I thought I was going to zero with all my fucking apes that I got in this fucking wallet full of fucking dead NFTs, man. This is my only hope. It's the only hope that I have. Fucking Bored Apes. Everything else is shit. Everything else is shit. Maybe, well, besides the Pugly Penguin. I got a Pugly Penguin.
You are incorrigible. I mean, seriously, just keep buying crap and put it in your pocket. I got a question. When you walk around the street, do you look for pieces of trash to throw in your pocket?
I am not that Jewish.
I didn't say money because I pick up pennies too, or dimes.
I
Matter of
would
fact,
not
if
pick
it's
up a penny.
if it's silver and shiny, I'll probably pick it up. A penny, got to think about it.
I'm not picking up a penny. I'm not stopping. I don't got the time. I don't give a fuck what they say.
But it's
I don't care if they kick me out of the Jewish Defense League and shit. I'm good. I'm walking past it.
Happy High Holy Week to all of my Jewish friends around the world.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Happy Rosh Hashanah to all you motherfucking Jews out there. Shout outs to you, man. I don't know how you wear those fucking black. By the way, I'm Jewish, so you can't cancel me. Second, don't understand why you shave the middle of your heads and have the fucking curls out, and then you put on the trench coats and it's fucking 90 degrees out. Like That just rhymed, by the way, and I'm trademarking it. I don't know how you're doing it. Don't know how you're doing it. You know what? I exercise, right? So there are these things called sauna suits, right? They're
Yeah,
sweatsuits, but slash sauna suits. And you sweat like 30 minutes. I'm talking about you lose a lot of water, okay?
yeah.
A lot of water. These motherfuckers ain't wearing sauna suits. I guarantee you they're losing a lot of water in that shit. There's no way you're walking around with a black top hat, uh, a trench coat, black pants, black on everything,
White shirt,
and
yeah.
you're not sweating.
Suspenders. And you ever notice there's like no muscle definition. Like there's just no muscle
No,
definition.
there's nothing. And moving on, and I also wanted to touch on this. Look, this is a serious topic, and none of you son of a bitches are talking about it with your fucking platforms and all that shit that you got. You know, the shit that's going on in Iran, that is fucked up. That is some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like research before I went into the infomercials last night. I was looking at everything that's going on in Iran with like fucking a woman. She got fucking killed. She got
For
killed for not
for
what
refusing to
not
wear the
wearing her.
hijab.
Yeah, she wasn't wearing it correctly. She got killed for not wearing it correctly. It's not even that she wasn't wearing it. She got killed for not wearing it correctly. Yo,
That's
what
sick.
what is going on in our world? Like we continue to feel like men continue to feel like we have power over women. That we make the rules. Yo, when is some on real talk, because I can make jokes out of it, but like seriously on real talk, like when is it's not equal. It's definitely not equal. Yo, we're reading books that were written like thousands of years ago. We are literally acting like cavemen.
Well, you're right. We are
We're
acting
out
like
of that
cavemen.
phase.
We are, David. We are acting like cavemen. But I think one of the worst parts is that even here in the United States, you've got people that are outraged at Iranians that are doing it, but yet, to some extent, we do the same thing here in America with a majority of women. Um, a lot of they call them traditional folks, and you're like, what does that even mean? Like, well, traditional wives just stay at home and raise the kids. I'm like, no, that's not what traditional wives were at all. That was basically a period of time where we kept women out of the workforce. The same people think that women shouldn't be working. The same people think that only men should work, and it would restore our country back to some like level of glory. Like, look, we move forward in time for a reason. The reason we move forward in time is because we advance. You know, the caveman might have had the wheel, and then eventually, thousands of years later, somebody takes the wheel and they put it on a car and a steam engine or an engine or a locomotive engine, and eventually you progress.
Yeah.
It's still not just a wheel that you roll around with a barrel on the back or a buggy. I mean, we progress, and eventually you get a Lexus or or a Subaru. Those are the cars that come afterwards. So women being in the workforce isn't, it shouldn't be shunned upon, and women in their faith shouldn't be forced to do things because again, not everyone's faith is the same. I know there is no religious freedoms over there in Iran, so that is a separate subject matter altogether. But still, I think um, I've watched those videos of how they've gone around and they slapped women that protested the death of this woman. The guys got off their thing, and a guy walked over and he slapped a woman, and he thought it was cute. And the woman was like, she was defenseless. And then these other men come over and they start slapping the guy. And I think there's a great mentality there. It's like, we don't have to defend women. We have
Yeah.
to stand up with women. As
Absolutely.
men, we have to stand up with women, not defend them. We have to
Yeah.
stand with them. And so if you can assert some level of authority or power over someone else, while you're standing next to them to say, look, they're my ally, they're my friend, these are people I respect, don't fuck with them. That's what we've got to get to. The same way as we've always done in a lot of movements across this country for years, is that if you stand next to somebody and then you assert your authority or your privilege or your power to help them achieve their goal, you can do that. So to the women of Iran, I hope that your men will finally step up and start doing what's right.
Yeah, you made a good point. We have to stand with women. We don't have to speak for them, but we can stand with them. Like that's a valid point right there. You finally made a valid point. You finally fucking made a valid point. But I really hope, honestly, that young generation out there in Iran really takes it to this fucking government, which is run by a bunch of fucking 95-year-old dudes that are stuck in their ways. That entire fucking that entire that entire system is ran by a bunch of fucking 90-year-old pediatric fucking dudes up there screaming death to the world and like putting women in this position. So good for you youngsters out there standing up and trying to get rid of these sons of bitches. Ethereum's boring, Bitcoin's boring, and I see a lot of influencers are starting to turn into sensationalism to go ahead and get their messages across. I don't know if you fucking went ahead and seen any of the shit that's been put out onto social media, but some of the shit is just completely reckless. It's like, you know what? And it doesn't even come off natural. It really doesn't come off natural. You have people that are going out there try to be the next Andrew Tate. I literally tweeted that yesterday. Like, motherfuckers are going out there trying to be the next Andrew Tate. Like, New Yorkers have been talking like Andrew Tate 20 years ago, man. We don't got to pretend with this shit. It's got so boring that people want to go ahead and switch careers. Stop it. Doesn't fit you. It doesn't fit you. Just for likes and retweets? Really? You gonna switch up your whole style for that shit? What's the current numbers on Bitcoin, Ethereum? By the way, XRP, I still right now I'm gonna say something that's completely going to bug the fuck out of some maxis, but I mean XRP's been killing it, man. It's like they almost smell it. They smell it. Then that entire community smells victory. They smell Ripple is about to win. It is only a few months away, and I think that you're going to see XRP just blast away. Yeah, I've been rhyming today. I've been catching myself rhyming. I feel
So
like
we've got.
yeah, go for it.
Are you done?
No,
Are you
I'm not
done?
done. I'm not done
Okay.
yet. I'm just getting started.
All right. Well, we got Bitcoin sitting at 19,128. We've got Ethereum at 1324. We've got XRP at 46 cents. We've got BNB at 275, and then we've got BUSD at $1. So top five right now. This market looks like hell froze over.
It's like,
But you
what do
know
you
what?
really what do you really fucking talk about? Honestly, like, what are we supposed to talk about? The same shit.
Well, it's better than being in the stock market right now. Way better than being in the stock market.
Yeah,
Like
stocks are fucking tanking, man. Stocks looking like straight. You know what? Um, a lot of people are fucking leaving crypto and fucking the stock market, and they're going into forex.
in the what?
That shit is way more exciting than like. By the way, the ultimate shitcoin, as I call it, the dollar is really doing well, man. When that shit happens, you see like the other side of the world, the fucking pound dropped to its lowest levels ever. Ever. This economy's fucked up. Fucked up.
Oh, the
Big
pound
time.
dropped to like 103, lowest ever. The pound
102.
102. It was 103
It's
when
the
I went to
lowest
sleep
ever.
last night.
Lowest ever.
Fuck.
They want us to starve. Do you understand? Like
Not
this
me.
time around, they want. Yeah, well, you don't starve, but they want. Hopefully those Calvin Klein models can starve, but they don't want. They want. Yo, listen. I only speak the truth, man. Y'all can say whatever you want, but I only speak the truth.
Like I'm not getting back into it. Like I'm not
Me
doing this
neither.
for. I'm not doing this every week. I'm not doing this every week. I'm not arguing with you about
I didn't
Calvin
say
Klein
nothing.
models every
I
week.
didn't say nothing.
You
I just
did.
said that I said it would be a good thing for them if the feds are talking about they don't want to see people buying food. I mean, it's a good thing, right? What? It's a good thing.
You're
Why are you
fucking
putting on
ridiculous.
that face? It's a fucking fantastic thing.
It is not. You want people to starve.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
the
do.
Fed. I don't work for the Fed. Listen, I don't work for the Fed. Okay, I'm not in with Powell. They have no clue what the fuck they're doing. They're just raising rates and leading us to inflation. Like, excuse me, they're trying to curb inflation, but they're giving us a recession. It's phenomenal. Has anybody sat back and actually looked at the entire thing? Like, have you put the papers down on the desk and looked over everything? Do you understand what's happening? By doing this, by raising rates, they are leading us into a recession. That's all that's happening. And then people want to say, oh, it's dangerous to be in crypto. No, it's fucking dangerous to be in fiat. Run, bitches, run.
We're already in the recession, David. I said this months
We're
ago.
not there yet. Don't worry.
We're
We haven't
already in
felt
it.
it yet. Haven't felt it yet. Haven't really felt it yet.
So just because you don't feel, listen, and I'm going to say this. So when I was a
Say it.
kid, there was a kid down the street when I was young. He got shot with a BB gun, back of the neck.
It's
He
fucking
didn't
worse.
feel it at first, but then he started to bleed, and then he started to freak out. The shot's already been fired. You've already been hit. You're just waiting for the blood so you can freak out. Don't wait for the blood. Start getting your shit ready now. You've already been shot.
I didn't say that. I didn't say don't get ready. I'm telling you that we're not in a recession yet.
We've hit it. They just don't know it.
No, 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 no. What I mean is, we haven't buckled to our knees yet.
Well, don't buckle to your knees.
All right.
Start fucking be like the ant. Get ready for winter. Don't be like the grasshopper buying Lambos.
Let me say this. If we are in a recession, it's like going on AOL and we're trying to dial in to connect. That's the stage of recession that we're in. If we continue to, by the way, Mike K says that Florida's out of toilet paper. And, Florida has that fucking hurricane coming towards them. Shout outs to the hurricane. Hopefully the hurricane can go ahead and take out Florida and make it an independent country. No need for it to be attached to the United States of America. I've said that multiple times already. But listen, the recession will be bad. I think it will be bad.
For
Right now,
someone,
gas prices are low. Gas prices are getting lower. But watch. Watch. I'm not hoping for this. I really am not hoping for this. But it's funny. I have a conversation with a bunch of friends this weekend, and I got people telling me, oh, Crip, sneeze to the truth. Bless you. And I hope you don't have corona. But I got friends that say, oh, I would never go into cryptocurrency. It's for criminal activities. It's only used for criminal activities. Really? Really? Have you ever looked at the US dollar?
they say every $20 bill is covered in 4% cocaine.
Somebody's taking a $20 bill right now and sniffing cocaine off of somebody's ass cheek.
Well, in strip clubs, yes, or private residence, or in Las Vegas hotels, or in Miami, or in New York, or in Boston. You know what? Just everywhere, just about everywhere. So yeah,
It's unbelievable, man. It
but
really
no, no,
is
no, no, no,
unbelievable.
David. Well, no, no, no. But because we are such a wonderful country, make such wise decisions. I mean, what's the big deal? I mean, we should just be securing our borders right now and flying people from Venezuela to Martha's Vineyard for political stunts. That's what we should be doing with $12 million of taxpayer money in different parts of Florida. That's what they should be doing. Flying immigrants to Venezuela, from Venezuela to Martha's Vineyard, and picking them up in Texas. That's what people need to be doing, right? That's what we should be doing. Is that
Well,
what we're
we
gonna
can let
do?
anybody into this country, right? I mean,
No,
if
no,
it's up
no,
to
no,
you.
no, 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 no. Venezuelans, they were seeking asylum. They were seeking
Oh,
asylum, and
here we fucking go.
they
Here
were
we go
seeking
again.
asylum, and then that guy in Florida just spent $12 million of taxpayer money to fly 50 people that he picked up in Texas, from Texas to Florida to Martha's Vineyard, just to be a political stunt. Yo, DeSantos, I hope you fucking lose. Fucking little asshole.
I don't see what he did wrong.
Dude, that's trafficking. That's against the law. You can't go
Oh
pick
my
somebody up in
god.
another you can't go pick somebody up in Texas, fly them to Florida just so you can fly them to Martha's Vineyard. That is illegal.
No, he did.
Illegal.
He don't have enough space in Florida, so he helped out. He said, "Hey, we're gonna fly him to Martha's." That's it.
It's illegal. That is legit what the definition of human trafficking is.
You know what it was? You know what was really illegal? Restricting us from doing anything for the last 2 years. That was illegal.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, of course it wasn't.
No, it's in the Constitution. It's the health, safety, and moral welfare of your. Yeah, that's actually
Gotcha.
written into the
Gotcha.
Constitution.
So you went ahead and locked down people. You locked down people during the
Health,
pandemic for two
safety,
years.
and moral welfare written
Okay.
into that thing you call the Constitution. And it is not the first time something has been acted like that. Also, our government has forced you into military service in the past using the same thing. It is not like they take rights away all the time and
Should we have
limited.
locked everybody up when flu season comes along? Should we lock everybody up also?
Well, we know what the flu does, and we're aware of the flu. We were not
Yeah.
aware of what the COVID-19 was doing, and it
So
was an
we
exponentially much quicker, much more rapid spread of transmission. That is a
got you.
separate
So
issue.
the best thing was to lock people up in their houses and not let them out. And now what you got in return was a bunch of people suffering with mental health issues.
No, people were already fucking crazy. They were
Yeah,
already
but they got
crazy.
crazier.
They got crazier, but they were already crazy.
No, no, I just brought the crazy out. Like you imagine you're sitting and now you're talking to a wall.
What'd you say?
Now you're sitting and you're talking to walls.
Well, I didn't talk to walls, but I was talking to you.
We were fortunate. You had people in Australia that couldn't leave their home, or they'd be thrown into like jails and or like I don't know, like they, this was ridiculous. I got to tell you.
Well, in New Zealand and in Australia, for most of those countries, they listened and they had far less transmissions than we did in here in the United States.
L,
By the
hold on,
way,
L. L, you want to talk about crypto? Here's crypto for you. This is an everything channel. G Media focuses on Web3 and cryptocurrency, but right now there is nothing to talk about. What the fuck you want us to talk about? What in the fuck do you want us to talk about right now? Okay, Bitcoin's at 19,000. It's going fucking sideways. There's your information for today. I hope it fucking helped. Like really? Like what the fuck do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Luna Classic bounced back. Congratulations, the lottery ticket bounced back. Is that what you want to talk about? Like, what the fuck do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Ethereum merge for the fucking 24,000th time? You really want to fucking sit here and talk about it? You get off like that? You really want to masturbate to that shit right now? Right now at fucking 10:17 a.m. in the fucking morning, you want to talk about that shit? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, fucking Ethereum merge went through. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh my dear God, it went through. Fucking get me a napkin.
What the fuck?
Fucking appreciate this conversation. We fucking woke up fucking so early. We have 3 hours of fucking sleep. And you want to pound away on fucking crypto when there's nothing to fucking talk about. You want to fucking talk about all these fucking tokens and fucking coins that I have in my fucking wallet? Not a problem. Harmony? Yo, I have bags of Harmony. You know where I'm at with it? Dick. Dick is where I'm at with it. Okay? No Vaseline, no KY jelly, nothing. Zero. Nada. Straight in the ass. That's where I'm at with it. You want to continue? Somebody went ahead and said Kishu. You know where I'm at with Kishu? $12.44. Not enough to get a whole fucking value meal from fucking McDonald's. That's where I'm at with it. There's your
Well,
fucking breakdown.
well, so David, let's go into Web3. Listen, so recently the Wall Street Journal has started to they're doing an expose on Web3 and metaverse and how where is it going. And they're doing this expose documentary thing, and the entire focus right now is on Second Life. Now, do you remember Second Life?
The movie?
No, Second Life. It was a video game, or it's like a Web3 a metaverse game from 2000. They made fun of it back on The Office back in the early 2000s. No.
Say that again.
So Second Life, it's a multiverse game basically. It's a metaverse game. It's an
Another
online
one.
multimedia.
Who gives a shit about it? Who
Just let me.
cares?
I'm
Your
trying to explain.
grandmother has a your grandmother created a metaverse game.
Are you done?
Sort of.
Okay. So it's one of these multiplayer like Web3 type of games. It is an interactive game. You can build things. You have avatars. It's the metaverse. It was the first metaverse. But the Wall Street Journal is doing this expose on Web3, and this is where they're starting with it. And for the life of me, I was listening and I was reading it, and I go, this little girl who they have, excuse me, I used to call her a little girl only because I'm being insulting. But this woman that they have doing it, I'm like, she knows nothing about like Web3 platforms, metaverse, multiverses. Like she's starting the story at the invention of cave script wall writings when we're a little further along than that, and she's got no clue. And this leads me to like kind of say this: why is it that big entities like the Wall Street Journal and MSNBC, CNN, and major publications can't find a competent human that is able to break down what is Web3 or what is like cryptocurrencies or what is blockchain without them having to pretend like they are actually smart? And I'm saying this with the most love as possible in my own shady way. Most of the folks they have reporting on this stuff are like journalists that have no idea about crypto, Web3. And yet they are going out and they're like, let's go find a dinosaur to go tell us about what's happening today. People that are no longer in the industry, no longer working to build shit. They're just talking to like Joe Schmo, who 20 years ago created some code and then made a bunch of money and now doesn't do shit other than sit on the island. Why are we always going back to the same sources acting like they're smarter than the rest of us. I got a problem with that because there's a lot of great people building a lot of great stuff, and we keep getting trapped, and I mean trapped, in the same stupid multiverse of madness where we're going to people who don't know shit, asking people who know less than dog shit about shit they shouldn't know anything about because guess what? They ain't that smart. I'm sorry.
That's funny. That's fucking funny.
What's wrong? I
You're
didn't see the clue.
what? I said it
What?
was funny. I said
What?
it was
Oh,
funny.
I'm funny? Do I make you
Yeah.
laugh? Something funny about me? I'm just kidding. Joe Pesci.
No, I thought that was funny. It was funny for the first time.
Have you ever looked in the mirror?
I'm a beautiful son of a
That's
bitch.
funny. That's
No,
funny.
that's not funny.
That's funny.
Men, women DMing me all the time, sending me nude photos.
That's kind of weird.
It is weird, especially when a guy sends me a photo of his ass
I don't like that.
hole, like an asshole, like not even the ass, but the hole itself.
That's Hey guys, can you please not do that? That's kind of weird.
Fucking weird as hell. Uh, since there's nothing to talk about in crypto, because there is fucking nothing to talk about in crypto. There is nothing to talk about in crypto. Just want you to. We'll touch on some subjects, but there's nothing to fucking talk about. Okay, like I don't know how many times you want to jerk off to fucking Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP and 589. Like, fuck, there's nothing. Zero. I tried. I really fucking tried to find something. There's nothing.
We've talked about XRP. XRP is probably
Fucking
going to
let's
win
talk
the
about
day.
Russia. Let's talk about Putin. The fucking motherfucker is like, yo, we sending another 300,000 fucking troops, reserves, out
Yo,
to fucking Ukraine because we failed the first time. We're going to try to get it this time. And you got a bunch of people in Russia that are fucking fleeing because they're like, we don't want any part of this shit. And now they put a lockdown on airplanes telling people anybody who's over, I guess there's a certain age limit. If you're at a certain age limit, they ain't letting you fucking go. You
yeah,
are
if you like hit
stuck.
18, it's like 17 or 18. Yo, but Dave, did you hear? They literally detained college campuses. Like they just
Yeah.
detained all the students there and said, and then put them, they handed these kids guns and now they're moving them to the front line with zero training. Zero. David, they literally have just kidnapped kids from school and put them on the front lines of a battle saying go fight. Yo, this ain't gonna end well for anybody. And I'm pretty sure at some point the people of Russia they're gonna have enough of Putin's bullshit. I mean, this is
Well, you already have a Russian man shot an enlistment officer official after being called up to fight. This already starting. Ain't nobody, yo, seriously, yo, fucking Putin. Honestly, how about you fucking worry about your country? How about for one time, one of you motherfuckers worry about your country? Where there are people that have been starving for decades, not years, decades upon decades, have been starving. They want a job. They literally want a job. They want a life and opportunity. Of course, you son of a bitches are fine. But these poor people have to fucking sit there and starve. Starve. That entire landmass is full of fucking diamonds, gold, diamonds. They haven't found gold yet. That's why I love when people talk about, Bitcoin ain't shit versus gold. Motherfucker, they find fucking gold every fucking 2 weeks. Russia hasn't even started to go ahead and dig into their fucking lands. And you're trying to get Ukraine? Trying to get Ukraine? Meanwhile, you're spending a ton of money to do so. Sanctions all over the place. It doesn't hurt the people at the top. It's only hurting the people at the bottom. And you know what? These people are fucking numb to it. They don't give a fuck. They're used to it. They ain't got nothing. They get 90 rubles a month. They got nothing. Zero. Nothing. How about your focus is there? How about the focus be there, man? Are we talking about fucking crypto? You want to talk about crypto that there's nothing on the news? Nothing. Zero. The fuck you want me to talk about today?
What the fuck does Nancy Pelosi have to do with the Russian war? Is what I'm wondering. Like,
I absolutely don't. I looked at that. I'm like, what the fuck does
I don't
Pelosi have to
even
do with anything?
like.
I
But
don't
see,
even like her.
this is why people, David, have to do a little bit more reading. You cannot blame a politician that has nothing to do. Like she doesn't. She does monetary. The House of Representatives does legislative work. They control the budget. They control the purse strings. The Senate votes for the act of war, declarations of war. The president brings them to the Senate. All that is like a buildup. None of that is happening right now. And when people are like, we're giving money away to Ukraine, yes, we are giving them money. We are giving them money. But I
Why?
watch as people complain about
Why are we giving them
10,000.
money?
But well, I'm watching people. I saw more people angry over student debt getting canceled at $10,000 if you make under $125,000 a year. I saw
Yeah,
more
it should
people
be. You
mad at
should
that.
be angry. You should be
No, no,
angry.
no, no,
You
no,
should be
no,
angry.
no, no. Because those temporary listen. Because my taxes and your taxes, David, is if you make under, I think what like $2 million a year, your taxes are going to go up in 2024 because of the tax cuts that we got several years ago.
Oh my
But
god.
that wasn't a worry because now those billionaires have their taxes in perpetuity and those corporations have their taxes in perpetuity. But you and I our taxes are gonna go up in a couple years, and actually next year after 2023. So that's gonna happen. Not to mention, again, giving someone $10,000 tax debt here, relief here. Okay, that's great. But then you look back and you're like, why are we giving this to these guys? Like, well, you got angrier over this $10,000 than you are about the 35 billion that we sent overseas. Yo, take a time out and reevaluate your mindset. At least it went to Americans. I watch more people cry over spilled milk than anything else on these chats. Like, oh, I didn't get that when I was growing up. All right, cool. Fucking get over it. You know what I didn't get when I was growing up? A lot of things. But y'all don't see her crying about it. Move on. Stop worrying about it. Well, it's not fair to me. Life ain't fair. Grow up. Grow
Why
up.
should anybody pay for anybody's fucking student debt relief, bro? Like, are you kidding me? So, how about you cut a check back to those that actually paid for their student loans 10 years ago?
Hold
Or give
on.
them a
Hold on.
fucking
Well,
credit.
why don't we talk about
Why do
reparations
they have
then?
to go ahead and pay all those? Listen, if you went to college, right, and you paid $250,000, where's your fucking relief? Why do you have to go ahead and relieve somebody else as well? Come on. Come on, and it's fucking sending Ukraine money. I'm not anti-Ukraine. I hope they win, but at the end of the day, why are we sending money? Where's the money that's being sent? Where is the relief for the people in this country? Where's the relief? Tell me, where's the
I
relief?
just gave you an example of relief, and people are still complaining about that.
No, no, no. Student debt.
Student debt relief
Student debt.
is, listen, David,
No,
I don't know if
it's
you know
not it.
this or not. No, because the only way out of poverty for most people is through education.
Oh
It's
my god.
education.
So make community college free with
Yeah,
incentive.
that's something
With
that we're doing
incentive.
now so they
With
don't have
incentive.
debt. That's what we're
With
doing now,
incentive.
David, so they don't have debt. And we're doing it because it's affordable and most state governments can
Incentive.
take that debt on their own. They can pay
Incentives.
for that.
Incentives. With incentives. So if you go to college, it's free. But if you
Ex-
miss out, then you pay.
David,
Incentives.
yes, yes. I said yes. And I said we're doing that now because we realize how stupid it was that they raised the prices on everything. Listen, in 1983, you could go to college and you could pay about $1,000 a year. By 2003, 20 years later, it was 30 grand. The inflation didn't fucking even account for that. It's greed. Massive greed, because they know that if they con you into taking out a loan, then you're on the hook for it. They got paid and they go on, and each professor gets $150,000 a year on major institutions. I know there are a lot of educators that don't make that. Major institutions, they get $150,000 a year salary, and they can go on sabbatical after 3 years of teaching. Hey, I'd love to invest in youth, but here's what we also have. We have school districts that are numbnuts who think that telling people about the history is a bad thing. And so guess what? We can invest in youth because normally your racist, bigoted school board elections that have like mom down the street who barely has her GED as the board chair because the Karen's got all the time in the world to sit outside or protest signs because somebody had a pride flag. Yeah. Yeah, fuck that. I ain't giving any more money to public school education because guess what? They keep throwing it away and squandering on bull crap. You want kids to get a good education, you start sending them to alternative schools. Send them to
Yeah,
alternative. Not private.
that don't erase history.
That don't erase history. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
how is it that we're still trying to debate if the Holocaust had an alternative side? It didn't. There's no alternative side. Asshole, Nazi. Not asshole, Jews that were killed. See? Pretty simple. Done deal.
But they say that Jews weren't killed.
Well,
That it was
guess
a
what?
whole. But that was a
There's
hoax.
plenty of evidence of that.
Because as soon as they said that, I started calling out my family members and saying, "Oh, you guys are liars."
Yeah, all these years and all that torture.
I just don't understand why I have to pay for somebody's fucking student debt. I mean, like, I don't give a fuck about their debt. Do they give a fuck about my debt? Nope.
I do care about your debt, David.
You can't go ahead and really Akil. It doesn't make sense. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're relieving student debt, but you are not giving anybody any credit for paying their own debt.
David,
You
David,
can't even come back from that. Why, if
David.
I paid $250,000 for my education, where's my relief? Why did I have to pay it and some schmuck that didn't want to finish fucking school gets his shit relieved? We keep printing. All right, we'll go ahead and print some more here.
All
Is
right,
that
so
fair?
I'm going to address this Huckleberry Finn thing. Huckleberry Finn is a book. It was written, yes, by someone who at the time could be perceived as a racist. Yes, Mark Twain.
Is he racist?
I don't know. He could have been perceived as that. I don't actually know. I don't know the guy. He's kind of dead. Um, Woodrow Wilson, racist, huge racist. Also brought back income tax. So that guy is a piece of shit anyway. And I think we all should just remove him from everything. But the fact is that Huckleberry Finn is a book. It is a book about travels. It is a book about young individuals being able to explore the freedoms of themselves. It is a book. Books, regardless of how I may feel about them, are important because books have information in them. Rather, I always agree with the information or not. Mein Kampf is a book, right? It is a book. It is a book that some people have read. It is a book that anti-racist theories are based off of. You have to know what the other side is thinking in order to have a counterproductive conversation with them to ensure that you can stop hate at its root. Because otherwise, you're just going around blind. So, books are information. And the more you censor and dictate what people can read, not see that, David? I said read. The more we censor what people can read, the worse we are. Not every show deserves a platform, but every book deserves to be written because it takes a special person to go pick up the book, to sift through it, to download and dissect that information. It's easy to watch me talk to you. It's a lot fucking harder to open a book and read it and get that information and take notes. A lot harder to read than it is just to, oh, well, I saw this on CNN or I was watching Fox News and they said this. Read a book. Because if it's written down and you read it and you had to take the time to do so, that means you're invested. So read the book. Stop watching TV for all
Yeah,
your
read the
information.
book. Don't worry about it. You won't have to pay for it because under Keel's policy, people that actually work and have gone to school and paid for their shit will go ahead and pay for your book. No worries, it'll be free. We'll go ahead and give out those vouchers. No
Well,
worries, guys.
you know what?
No worries.
I don't listen. Everyone had
How
there's
about
the
fucking
one
hey?
generation
How
always
about
has to do
fucking
something else.
Bitcoin?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
How
whoa.
about
So
insulin?
wait a second.
How about
So
insulin? How
my
about making an insulin a
grandfather,
dollar?
my grandfather,
Hold
my
on, hold
grandfather.
on. You no, hold on, Akil. How about fucking instead of student debt relief? How about that? How about looking into insulin? The patent is free. The guy gave it away to the world.
Yep.
Free. Do you know how much people are paying for it?
Up to $800.
But how is something that has been put out there for free, the patent, free for the entire world, free, $800.
Well, David,
Eight
you know I'm in
hundred dollars to stay
conversations.
alive. $800 that some people do not have to try to stay alive.
Yeah. Well, you know I'm in conversations with a pretty big company individual who is working on bringing lowering prescription drug prices. So you do know that, and you know that I do serve as a prominent member of that community who does work to lower prescription drug prices. And one of the things that I will say is that the first thing they're not a lot of you at home aren't going to like me for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I don't care. Um, Last Friday or last Thursday, the Republican caucus out of the House of Representatives came back to their commitment to America. One of the things they want to do in there is they want to repeal the Medicare part, which would allow for the government to negotiate prescription drug medications. They want to repeal the one thing that we've all been saying, hey, we should be able to negotiate these drug prices because these are people that are on the government's dollar that are these are the Medicaid, Medicare kind of folks. They're on the government's dollar, and so the government at least should be getting the lowest possible price, but they can't negotiate that. So now in this piece of legislation that was passed, the oh I can't it wasn't the Build Back Better bill. What was the other bill? God, my brain is like gone to crap right now. But it was written into policy. Um, and guess what? That means that now the government can negotiate those prices. And yet, Kevin McCarthy has literally now said, we're going to repeal that part. Why? That's the one thing we all agreed on. We all agreed on it. And now because it's advantageous and it's a political point because you want to point fingers, yo, Kevin, leave parts that are good alone. Leave well enough alone. Go attack other parts of the bill. Go get some more funding for a border wall or security down there at the southern border. But stop attacking the one thing that we all agreed on. Prescription drugs are too damn high. People are dying in this country. And the one thing that works, you're like, nope, we're going to go attack that. This is why there's a problem. And I'm not a Democrat, nor am I a Republican, but I'm starting to get that distinctive feeling that assholes will do anything and say anything to fucking kill people just so they can win an election.
It is 10:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You've tuned into the breakdown, episode 64. Topics are random. It's Kwon is on the run. We have, we want to touch on XRP and Bitcoin, Ethereum, some other stuff. But honestly, I think it's just repetitive, and I wanted to talk about more so the news of what's going on, Russia, and all this shit. Obviously, Akil is all about, giving people free money. By the way, this show is sponsored by Unstoppable Domains. Go get yourself a domain name from Unstoppable Domains. If you don't got one, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Um, Also, thank you, Gokhshtein Media, for allowing us to have this show. Motherfuckers about to get canceled and shit, but
So they just called us the wizard. They said the Wizard of Oz. I'm sorry, folks.
uh,
I get
by the
passionate
way,
about.
Shark Club says Do Kwon no run, stop talk shit. I don't know what the fuck that meant, but I think he's saying like stop talking shit about Do Kwon. Um,
Doquan better run, Forrest, run, Forrest, run.
Run. I know that song, bitch.
Yeah,
Anyway, 13 people have been shot in Russia. 13 people have been shot in Russia. Let's see, at least 13 dead. Excuse me, not even shot. 13 dead, many wounded at school shooting in Russia. Um, that's sad. That's fucking sad. Italy, Italy went ahead and elected a new prime minister. Have you heard
yeah,
this
an
one? Have
extremist.
you heard this extremist?
Yeah, he's crazy, or they're crazy. She's crazy.
It's a she,
Yeah, she's crazy. Sorry, she's
and they
crazy.
said that this is like the next coming of Mussolini.
Which again, fascist, fascist regimes. China's got communist. I can't believe people. There are people that are like, I'd rather have the president of China and Kim Jong Un and Putin and the Italian. I'm like, yo, you guys realize they're all like communists and fascists. Like, when did Americans become so blind to what is in front of them? In front of them,
The
you ain't gotta like
machine,
Biden, but Jesus.
the machine, the machine. It's the same machine that's telling you that it's okay to be obese.
Jesus, you ain't gotta like Biden, but get a fucking clue.
It's okay to be big.
Well, is it?
It's healthy. Apparently, right now, it's the trend. It's okay to go ahead and eat burgers
How do
nonstop
you end up on this subject every day?
because you're saying that, like, hey, I'm just pointing it out to you. You won't acknowledge it. I'm just saying you
You,
won't acknowledge it, so I'll just say it.
I did acknowledge it. I acknowledge that at this point in your life, you gotta get. Why are you so obsessed with some fat person's body? It's hilarious.
No, because you see this right here. You see this. This is all work. I work on it. Work on it daily. Like I don't. There's days that I don't want to get up and fucking do it. I don't want to lift anything. Don't want to lift anything. I don't want to exercise, but I do it because I want to be healthy.
I
And I'm
want you to
going
be
against the
healthy
machine
too.
because the machine. You know what the machine tells me? It's okay to have a burger. I'm not getting back into it. I'm
It's
not getting
okay
back
not
into
to
it.
be fat.
Liz Cheney says if Donald Trump is the nominee for president, she will no longer be a Republican.
Yeah, good job. She's got moral integrity. And this is coming from Dick Cheney's kid, and you know that guy had zero integrity.
She is the daughter of Dick Cheney who likes to shoot people in the faces,
People
including
forget
his
about
friends.
that.
Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe from Dick Cheney. He will shoot a friend in the face.
Yeah, people forget Dick Cheney is a savage.
This motherfucker did, it wasn't an accident. This motherfucker got mad, shot him in the face.
Yeah, but he got far enough away that he knew it wasn't going to kill him.
Like they went duck hunting, air quotes, duck
Yeah, he's
hunting.
like he got in the way. I'm like, in the way of what?
Hurricane Ian is going to destroy Cuba and heading for Florida. Get your toilet papers on. They're recommending to get toilet paper and towel and tissue and water. Um, Italy's far right on course to win election.
They already won. They already won. And again, look, if the people have elected them, then it's the people's decision. You know, I'm definitely one of those people that says, look, oh wow, yo, yo, that. So in Russia, apparently, gunmen are firing at the draft offices. They are
I just
now
said
going
that.
around,
Are you
huh?
ever listening? Do you ever listen to me?
Well, no. So, David, you said the individual shot at other people. He shot at people.
No,
I was specifically saying the
no.
draft offices.
I said motherfuckers are shooting the officers. Like literally.
Oh, I
I
thought you
said
said
that.
officers.
I said it. I
Oh,
said it
oh,
earlier today.
I thought you said officers. I was like the offices. Okay,
No, officers. Like, do you have brain damage?
I did play football, so
That's right.
I could.
At least 7 children among dead after gunman opens fire at school in Russia. That human being should be hung by the nuts. Should be hung by the nuts. What a piece of shit.
Oh Lord.
Protesters, this is the news. This is the fucking news that we're fed, by the way. There's nothing positive in the news. Protesters erupt in Russia's Dagestan region as minorities say they are being targeted by Putin's regime.
Well,
If you read the news and you watch the news, you would think that we are about to die, all of us. That the world is literally about to end with the way they report shit. Which brings me to the thing that you were talking about earlier, which you stated, why do people go to these outside sources that know nothing about our space to go ahead and get educated? You know why? Because they are so used to being controlled, and they're so used to the narrative that is put upon them by the 1% that they will continue tuning in to mainstream media that provides you nothing, absolutely dick squat about what is happening in the world today. They have no idea what XRP is. They can't even separate Ripple from XRP. They have no clue. No clue. They have absolutely no clue what Bitcoin is. Because if they did, the motherfuckers that I met over the weekend that asked me questions about cryptocurrencies or let me know that cryptocurrency is bad would actually be well more informed about this in goddamn industry. But no, mainstream media doesn't want you to be informed. This is the reason why you didn't learn economics in school. You didn't learn economics in school because they don't want you to be smart. Who the fuck are going to be the soldiers? Turn back the pages and go to Reagan. When Reagan was still in office, there were people coming up and saying, no, no, no. Because at that time, people were learning about economics. And they said, no, this is wrong. We teach too many people about economics. We're going to have no soldiers to go ahead and work. Got to make people way too smart here. So now we're in this system where you're in somebody's bitch.
wow. Wow. There's nothing good in on the news. It's so weird. Well, how about we go to Tom Brady?
He's definitely getting divorced. Yo, Tom Brady, you gotta rewind this motherfucking show, and I'm calling it. Tom Brady's getting divorced. Tom Brady's kids showed up at the game. Giselle was missing. Giselle is right now on a yacht boning some Spanish dude. She's so selfish. I gotta tell you, whether you like Tom Brady or not, Giselle is a selfish woman. Here is a guy who is literally playing a game that he loves. Playing a game that he loves. Tom Brady is still good too. Playing a game that he loves. And I ain't saying that she's not taking care of the kids or anything like that. All I'm saying is the man is doing something that he loves. He's not sleeping around with other women. He comes home to you. It's not like you don't see him for the entire year. And you want to go ahead. I don't even think he wanted to retire. That's the whole thing. I think she made him retire. And he's like, nah, I can't. I still got juice in me.
He
And now you
should be
want to
retired.
divorce him over that?
Well, he should be retired though.
No, he shouldn't if he could still play and he
No,
still has
no,
love for the
no.
game. Hold
Listen,
on. Hold on. If he still got love for the game, why should he retire?
all right, he'll end up like Kobe.
She's being selfish, bro. She's being selfish. 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 And after he retires, he's going to be in the booth. Him being in the fucking booth, she ain't going to really see him. He's going to have to be traveling all over the place, covering games every single week. There's no home games when you're telecasting.
He should not be playing.
Oh my God.
He is 43 years old.
45.
45. Fine. He is 45 years old. He should not be playing at this juncture. I'm not saying it but when is enough enough? Like, I know you love the game, but there are definitely other people. Look, this is the mentality that we have to get away from. There are people that need to step back and step to the side. That is called life. It is progress. Why do you think we got a bunch of 80-year-olds in Congress still? Because they don't know when to retire. Give it up. Tom, you've had your time. You've made a shit ton of money. You're going to make money for the rest of your life. You are known as the GOAT. I hate you, but that has nothing to do with this. Retire.
It does.
Step back, step to the side, allow someone else the opportunity to present themselves. Because guess what? Although you're still a great player, Brett Favre and you have one thing in common. You're both assholes.
Here goes a name. Brett Favre. Why are we talking about Brett Favre stealing $5 million from the welfare checks or funding, excuse me? Oh, we're not talking about that, are we?
Oh, I am.
Oh, but let's talk about Michael Vick, deservingly so, what Michael Vick was a part of with dogfighting needed to be talked about, but that shit was on ESPN, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News. It was on C-SPAN, for God's sakes. C-SPAN was covering that shit along with Sesame Street.
Because a poor dogs were mutilated. And I'm not for animal mutilation, but Brett Favre took money out of.
Hold on, I'm not done. What about James? What about the dude who plays for Florida State? Fuck, I forgot his name. Plays for the New Orleans Saints
James
right
Winston or Winston
Yeah.
Jameson. Yeah.
James, yo, that dude stole $32.44 of crabs. It was all over the news. Everywhere. All over. All over the news. Do we not see anything here?
Well, most people don't, David, because they're going to be like, well, it's Brett Favre, and he was just trying to get something for his daughter. I'm like, with the help of government officials who are willing to break the law just to build a volleyball court, like, That's
Watson,
not a new gym, but
Watson,
just a volleyball court.
Watson. I don't agree with what Watson was doing. I don't know what kind of massages this motherfucker was getting. I don't know what kind of massages this guy was getting. But that was on the news every single minute. There's a trend here. Beasley didn't want to go ahead and take a COVID shot. It was on the news for 2 minutes. Done. Kyrie said he will sit out and not play if he has to take the COVID shot. It was in the news every day. Do we not see a narrative here? There's a narrative.
The narrative's quite simple, actually. It's
If Brett Favre was black, it would have been all over the news. I said it. Brett Favre was black, it would be all over. Yo, I am telling you right now, Sesame Street would be reporting it. Big Bird would be coming on with breaking news every 5 minutes to report the shit. With fucking Oscar the Grouch on the sidelines. Brett Favre went ahead and sent nude pictures to some chick on the Jets. I like Brett Favre, by the way. As a football player, thought he was amazing. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, he was good.
But how do you not like this is messed up. It is a messed up fucking thing. It's not like I really want a witch hunt to happen on anybody. But if you're going to report on somebody, then you got to report on everybody.
Oh, they're not going to do that. Well, look at the
You
head
imagine
coach.
you imagine if it was somebody different. Hey, Tom Brady, by the way, was broke two iPads that are provided, or tablets, excuse me, because I know it's Microsoft. 2 tablets on the sidelines a week ago. But it's Tom Brady. He didn't get suspended. Nothing happened to Kevin Bacon. I mean, AKA Tom Brady. Because that's what Tom Brady looks like. He looks like Kevin Bacon after all those surgeries. Imagine if it was a different color. Can't talk about that though. 'Cause people say that like it's not true. It's not true. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for you to get through that because every time I open my mouth, you like hold on, and I was like, all right, I'll wait.
My bag. Go for it.
All right, here we go. Number one, we should be talking about Brett Favre's criminal activity because he conspired with elected officials in Mississippi. Yes, the most racist state in America, and probably the worst in educational outcomes, but that's another issue. Uh, yeah, he conspired with elected officials to steal $5 million out of welfare, out of people who are like the lowest amongst us, who we already have issues like trying to get struggling families to, like food and water and stuff like that. And Jackson, Mississippi, which the federal government, let me tell you this, they asked for, I mean, the Jackson, Mississippi, their water is like brown green right now. They asked for $35 million and the state government told them no. No. But Brett Favre and his kid can get $5 million for some stupid fucking stadium so she can play volleyball? Yo, screw your privilege, Brett. You pay that shit yourself, you asshole. Now that I've gotten that one out of the way, I used to like Brett Favre. I used to have one I called a man crush on Brett Favre. But now I hope Brett Favre and his Wrangler jeans get torn every week while he's sitting on his tractor and he's losing sperm count while it's jiggling him around up there. God, it's awful. It's fucking awful what he did. It's terrible. Humans. Wow. Wow, everybody wants to be on the new G Media channel.
You know what it is? I
um
think this is a shock to everybody that, oh my god. By the way, it's 11:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are tuned into the breakdown episode 64. We are talking about everything in the world today. It's pretty boring in the crypto web3 space. There's really nothing to talk about. We are right now being bottlenecked by the current economy. The only thing that you can basically do, or me as an individual that I can personally do, is DCA and just wait and just
yeah.
patiently wait until the market recovers. That is it. There's really nothing to talk about. The coding, we've gone through it. We've gone through what's decentralized, what's centralized, this, that, and the third. We spoke about it round and round and round. We go like we've done the whole, you know, invisible chair. Is it invisible chairs? Invisible chairs. We've done that whole fucking uh circle jerk. It's
I,
time to
I
go
was
ahead and look outside and what's happening.
I was not in that circle jerk, just FYI. I was not in that circle jerk that David is talking about. That
You're on your own.
he was by himself. Dude was by himself. That dude. Right next to me. Him. He was by himself.
Man,
Um I
I
I
don't know if
definitely
anybody
do.
I don't know if you've witnessed this new PM for Italy. I don't know if you've seen this speech, but yo, she looks like Hitler's child.
She probably is a related. I get worried about the world, man. I really do. I get worried. But Italians are such nice people. That's why I don't understand why they always fall for these con artists, these shysters.
Do you think that XRP will overtake Bitcoin?
No,
No, seriously.
I just said no. You asked me a question, I gave you the right answer, and you're like, no, seriously. Like, seriously, what? Like, into the no. XRP is not overtaking Bitcoin anytime soon. Matter of fact, like we were saying, Ethereum was going to overtake Bitcoin like 2 weeks ago. So what is it? Which one's going to do it, Ethereum or Bitcoin? So, um, with that being said, I did want to touch on that Brett Favre thing for just one more second because if you recognize David, remember the head coach of the Boston Celtics?
Who had sex with an intern?
Um, I don't think she was an intern, but yeah, right.
Well, was she?
I think she was like his like assistant on staff. She's a staffer.
Hold on 1 second. Can you pause that?
Yeah.
Mikey Pounds. Did you just say that Hawk is about to flip Bitcoin? Did you really have to go ahead and say Hawk today? Hawk? Yo, who paid him to say that shit?
I didn't. I didn't tell him.
Do you know
Hey,
how much my $50,000 worth of
no,
Hawk is
I didn't
called?
tell. I didn't tell anybody to buy Hawk. Full stop.
Do you know how much my $50,000 worth of Hawk is worth right now? It's worth $1,124. Fuck Hawk. I'm sorry, Akil.
So, like I said, the head coach of the Boston Celtics had an affair. Okay, I think Giselle is his wife, right? Um,
No, Nia Long.
Mia Long, yeah, sorry, Mia Long, not
What the
Giselle.
fuck did you get Giselle from,
I
bro?
have no idea. But anyway, so Mia Long is his wife, and don't do that. So Mia Long's his wife, and yes, he had an affair. They're talking about suspending this man for the entire season, if not firing him. On the other hand, the Phoenix Suns owner, the owner of the team, the executive of the team, was racist, sexist, misogynistic, homophobic, multiple other things. This guy's getting a suspension for the year, but this head coach is getting ready to lose his job. There are plenty of people in the NBA diddling around. Stephen A. Smith was right. There are a lot of dudes diddling around on their wives or significant others in the NBA. And so if this is what they're going to do, then NBA culture is about to get real fucked up because they're going to get real specific. People are going to start snitching, and I want all the names for it. I'm here for it. If you're going to go after one coach, I want you to go after all of them. I want Phil Jackson removed from the Hall of Fame for all the women he slept with. Because guess what? That was the culture he was coaching in when he was with the Lakers with Boss, the head coach or the owner over there.
What about a John Gruden?
Oh,
That only
Gruden.
lasted. That was only in the media for like 2-3 days. It was done.
All I'm saying is like they all do it. There is a culture that is in sports that like, yo, only certain they pick and choose who they're gonna talk about. Like, nah, man, get out of here with that mess. I want it all on the table. If you did it, let's hear about it. I want everybody's business out there, not just selectively thinking about individuals. I want them all out there. So stop being bigoted, stop being predatory, stop being racist from our media on down, and tell everybody's fucking business from here on out. All of it. Just tell us all of it. Because I'm tired of you guys picking and choosing winners. Well, we don't like this coach, so we're going to get him out of here. We're going to say this. What the fuck?
Sounds like Trump.
No, that guy is a criminal. He's a criminal.
Why?
You don't build anything in New York City without the mob.
Oh my, here we go.
David, I told you this time after time after time. I'm not even talking about his time as a president. I'm talking about looking back at his record as a developer in New York. Something's wrong there. Something is wrong. He didn't build in the 80s without the mob. This isn't like some
Why
sort
do
of
you
like
keep Why do you keep going back to that?
because it
Like,
happened.
is that your narrative to keep him out of office?
What?
Like the '80s, like I don't know, like you always come back to that shit.
Statute of limitations, no limitations when you commit crimes, like especially of this. And also, it's a fucking idiot. He just said, well, just because I thought about something's declassified, it's declassified. Yo, that's not true. Every congressional person has now been like, yeah, that's not how this thing works. You literally, if the agency that produces that information, you then notify them that you have declassified it. If you don't notify them, then they don't know that it's declassified. That's literally how this thing works. The president must tell them, I'm declassifying this information, and then they get notified that it was declassified, and they know that they can share the information. Excuse me. Because at which point, when information becomes declassified, it means it can be entered into public record and anyone can go get it. Hence the reason for declassification. So, if the former president declassified shit and he didn't tell anybody, he just wanted to do it for his own personal fucking gain, he's a piece of shit and I hope he goes to prison. A matter of fact, I hope he burns in hell. That's it. Full stop. You don't get to pick and choose what laws you want to follow this country. You just don't.
I just want my president to be able to ride uh, a bicycle.
if that's your barometer for what a president should be, then
At
we got,
this point, yes.
because you know what? At this point, we shouldn't be electing 75 and 78-year-old men, because that's what Trump and Biden were when they were being elected and running, 75 and 78. If you don't want that, then don't elect those type of people. Start electing people that are in their early to late 50s or early 60s, late 60s. But don't invite people into the White House that are literally on the verge of mental decay.
I say that every single candidate for president needs to go ahead and ride a bike for at least 6 miles to prove themselves.
Joe did 12 and then fell off. Next subject.
No, no, I'm just saying it's just the you need to go ahead and I don't I need to go ahead and get it needs to be verified that he did 12, but for me I'd like to see every single presidential candidate get on a bicycle and ride it because you can tell a lot from that alone because Biden, like I said before, Biden falling off that bicycle, that dude had no reaction at all. Zero. Biden is out there. Listen to me, Akil. Biden is out there shaking hands with ghosts. Have you ever seen Biden walk around on the news live and he shakes people's
I've
hands
seen
that
the man
aren't
walk
there?
in person.
There is nobody. He's shaking nobody's hand. He be like, yo, he's like this. He's just standing there going like this. There ain't nobody around. I know there's a bunch of Biden fans, but yo, can y'all
I'm
admit
not a Biden
he
defender.
just
Look, I will
no,
give
he's
them
just
all
shaking it.
hell.
He's going like this, and then he's like, he turns around. And it's like, what the hell? Where did everybody go? Yeah, that was 10 minutes ago, bro.
I'll give them all hell. It doesn't bother me.
But Biden be shaking hands with John Cena, but you can't see him. Oh my god, that is ruthless. That is ruthless. There was one clip I've seen of Biden. I've seen Biden walk very slow. He was walking very slowly, and it looked like it looked like. Oh my god, this is gonna be like everybody's
So
gonna
we
hate
spend
me for
more.
this.
I love it. Everyone wants to spend all this time on Biden being like old, but what
It's
y'all
not
think?
old. It's not old. It's not about being old. He's not there.
No, honestly, I think he's more cognitive than he's ever been.
That really?
Like policy wise, man, yo, he is
Oh my
striking a
god,
chord.
you on crack. Like
Yo,
really?
I'm on crack. Let me tell you much. Dude is on pace to get more federal judges on bench. See, this is the shit y'all don't pay attention to at home. This is the shit y'all think, oh, he's crazy. You guys are talking about Joe. Yo, while you're over here complaining about him being senile, he just appointed 80 judges in a week.
He didn't do
Y'all
shit.
crazy.
He didn't do
Y'all really
nothing.
think it's funny. Oh,
He
well,
didn't do
he's
nothing.
crazy.
He absolutely did nothing. He was handed something and he signed. He thought it was his life insurance policy. Yet he signed some shit that elected somebody into a fucking bench. What are you talking about? Biden's smoking the same shit his son is.
80. So keep on tweeting about him being old. It's like, yo, y'all need to be focusing on what he's doing over here. The
It's
same
not the
way,
old
like
part.
when
It's not
people
the
were like,
old.
"Oh, he's like Trump said this," I was like, I don't care what he said. I'm looking at what they're doing.
It's not the
What they're
age.
doing. When
It's
you
not
all
the
are
age.
complaining, I'm here watching what they're doing, not what they're
It's
saying. Because I know they will say anything to maintain power. Anybody will, but look at what they're doing.
it's the age, bro. It's nothing but his age. It's his age. His age. He's not there no more. He's not there.
You know what? I recently discovered community. Okay, I'm not smoking anything this morning, but I am a big believer in cannabis. So yeah, that too. I don't care. Because if you actually knew that cannabis, you know what? Here's how we're stupid as Americans. We have not embraced the cannabis culture financially. It is a great opportunity to make lucrative, taxable income for your communities. Instead, we're just trying to criminalize it and put more money in the pockets of the courts and the lawyers. How about we actually put money in people's pockets? Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. Yeah. THC is a lifesaver. It is not only medication, it is a crop, it is a profitable crop. It grows. Fuck you, Bugsy. You got come on the show if you got something to say. Yo, I'm here. Come on up. You got something to say? You want to be insulting? Come on up whenever you guys want. You know our lines are open. We'll talk to you guys. We'll have a conversation. Cartels do not own cannabis. You are not that smart. You actually should go do some research and understand how that regulatory agency works because it's in 32 states. There you go, dummy. Dummy. Matter of fact, Canada turned it into a profitable thing too. So there you go, dummy. Learn, learn something. Go read a book because adding things to the community, the commerce. How about taking away from criminals? Yeah, you take something away from the criminal activity, and guess what? You then can make it into revenue. And then you can take that tax money and give it back to communities that are hurting. So why are you always bitching?
Just like the legal framework that has been set forth by the White House for cryptocurrency,
Which one? What was
the
that, David?
framework that came out for cryptocurrency from the White House.
That's a framework. Doesn't mean it's working right now.
Oh my God!
It's not in,
You
it's
just
not enacted in anything. It's
you
a
are on
framework.
Biden. You are on Biden's nuts.
I didn't say, well, first off, I never said I'm on his nuts. I said it's a framework. Matter of fact, what did Trump say about Bitcoin? It was a scam, I believe, that it was
Okay,
fake, that he didn't want to do it. And so
no,
he did nothing for 4 years.
no,
Don't talk,
he
don't
didn't say
come to
that.
me. Don't come at me
He
with
didn't
that.
say that.
Don't
He
come
didn't
at
say
me.
that.
Don't come
He was
at me
just
with that.
he was protecting the U.S. dollar.
That's what, oh, so that's what he was doing. He was protecting the US dollar.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's protecting the U.S. dollar.
So Bitcoin got shitted on because he wanted to protect the US dollar, which means he was
Well, if you're the
protecting his own,
president, let me ask you a question. If you're
he
the
was protecting his
president of
own
the United,
interests.
if you are the president of the United States of America, and the
Was he
dollar
protecting the
is,
US dollar? Was he protecting his own interests?
if the United States of America has a currency that happens to be the dollar, which is used globally as a reserve, I don't know if you're gonna just come out there as the president and say, "Yeah, you know what? Fuck the dollar."
And now you have joined Joe Biden's nutsack. And now you are on Donald Trump's
Me?
scrotum.
I am not on either. That's the problem. Like I'm just I call it as it is. Like you can't admit that the China deal was a good deal for America.
I
You can't
didn't say
admit
it
that it was a
wasn't a
good
good deal.
you can't admit
I didn't say,
you can't
run
admit
the tape back.
no,
Run the
you're
tape back.
not gonna admit you can't admit that fucking having American companies finally turn a profit in Asia was a good thing. No, no, no. You want to go ahead and say, no, no, Donald Trump didn't do so much. No, he did a good job. He did a good job. American companies, American workers were able to turn a profit. The United States of America was able to turn a profit. And what did Asia do in return? What did China do? What did China do? They said, fuck you for doing this to us, Trump. Fuck you for twisting our hand. We are now going to unleash something from Wuhan. Coincidence? I think not.
So can I say this, David? Corporations reported massive profits and gains. Stock shareholders have been given massive dividend returns. So why is the inflation not why are they kept out of the conversation about inflation?
Ask your boy Biden
No, no, no.
because
I'm asking you.
how
I'm
much money was
asking you
how
why
much
major
money was printed.
corporations are kept out of the conversation about inflation. It seems like everybody's like pointing to like these other things, but it's like, well, wait a second. Major corporations got all this money recently. So why are they kept out of the conversation about inflation?
It's the 1%. They're the ones who benefit from all this.
Okay. Like the 1% that benefited from the Trump tax cuts, like the 1% that benefit from the Biden administration. So what does that really mean?
You act like there were no tax cuts under Obama. You act like
I'm
there were
I'm
no
I
tax
just
cuts under
I
Clinton.
both I look, I gave the last two presidents. What does that really mean under that? Does that mean that effectively they really don't care about y'all? Is that you all keep getting suckered into the, oh, this president is for me? Like, no, I'm not delusional. I'm not delusional.
You got Biden bumper stickers on your car.
Don't see
You
any.
got Biden bumper stickers on your car, your Lexus that you bought from Leo. You got bumper stickers. Go Biden. No, no,
I
I
got
think it's
Tim
go Biden go.
I got Tim Scott that follows me. I got Rick Santorum that Scott follows me.
That doesn't matter. That has
I
nothing.
got Biden people that follow me.
That has
I
nothing
got
to do with
Democrats, I got
anything.
Republicans, I got independent people that follow me. You
So
know why?
what?
Because that's what I am. I am a person who is interested in the truth, and I'm not interested in the hyperbole. I'm interested in finding things out, and I'm interested in learning because I am not the smartest man in the world, but God knows that I'm going to keep trying to find out the truth at some point to get information so I can make an informed decision. But when most people fail to realize is that capitalism was built on you, the individual, being able to make an informed decision because you had all the information. What we have today is a bastardized system where you get 30% of the information and then 90% of it regurgitated back to you over and over again, where you end up in some vortex where you listen to the same 12 voices over and over again. And so eventually you start thinking, well, they must be right. No, none of us are right. None of us can predict markets. None of us can try to tell you exactly how things are going to work perfectly. At the end of the day, the only way to have a clue is to at least get all the information from anyone you can, as much as you can, before you make a decision. Because right now, what you're being given is selective choices. Read the book
The
Nudge if you ever
American
want to find out
dream.
about selective
The
choices.
American dream, folks, was hey guys, go get yourself a house. That's the American dream. Becoming a homeowner is the American dream.
Absolutely.
That's your American dream.
Yeah. Well, because it's the number one way to financial freedom. And most people don't even recognize it.
Do you know who makes money on the American dream?
Banks.
Exactly. It's the
Absolutely.
banks. It's their dream. It's not the homeowner's dream after they pay it off 30 years later.
Well, you know what? If you can sell a house and for a profit too, before 30 years, and then have go pay cash somewhere else. I
It was
know.
a way for the banks to lend because you can't just lend money.
Yeah.
Just can't give money away and put a
Well,
percent
well,
on it.
well, they
It
did.
was
They
a
used to.
vehicle for them to go ahead and make so they can go ahead and put out this whole American dream shit.
Well, no, no, no. The banks did used to lend money. But so, David, this is great. So this goes back to let's circle
You
back to
can't
what you
lend
said.
you have to have a product, bro. You have to have a product and a house
Let
is a product and you can
let
now lend money and make percent on it.
let me tell you this, David. So in the 1940s, 1930s,
Here we, here
1940s.
we, here we go. Here
Oh
we
no,
go.
no, no, no.
I'm
Because
gonna fall
remember,
asleep.
not fair, right? Paying off somebody's student loans, not fair. Here's what wasn't fair. in the 1930s, 1940s. Most of my people were alive, even up through the 60s. My parents were alive, through the late 40s and through the 70s, So in that period of time, my family wasn't eligible for a loan from these banks, and they were backed government loans. People were able to buy houses at low cost, like next to nothing, and they were getting these loans for $5,000, $6,000 to buy a house. And then their families turn around, sell the house at profit, $200,000, $100,000, and then they can reinvest that money. My family didn't get that opportunity. So, David, that wasn't fair, but yet we had to pay for it too. So, when do we get that? Bank of America is trying that program right now. They're trying to do a zero down payment, zero low interest loans for Black and Latino families. And people are saying, well, who's going to pay for it? Why does it always get asked who's going to pay for something when somebody who was not allowed to get something before is finally given that opportunity now? Like, it doesn't make sense. That's what kind of system we work in. Is everyone complains about themselves when it's me, but we as a country or society should be benefiting. I didn't talk about reparations. I just simply said that is a program that is going on right now. Check it out. Bank of America giving zero down payment loans to African American and Latino families. You can literally go Google that and read about it yourself. Like, it's not something that I'm just making up here. So you can go check it out, find out about the program. But I think a lot of people say, well, who's going to pay for it? Well, it's like, well, who paid for the stuff last time? Who paid for the GI Bill that a lot of African Americans weren't allowed to have after World War II? I mean, most of us couldn't use it anywhere other than a few select schools because the country wasn't integrated yet. So, there's a lot of things you got to look back on and say, why didn't I get this? Well, go look. Go figure it out. But I'm saying there's opportunities out there for success. And I'm not saying that you need to live in the past. Don't live in the past. Like, don't live there. Like, you can visit, you can learn what it was about, but don't live in the past because then you'll mess up your mind. But go visit, figure out what works for you. There's opportunities today you need to be taking advantage of, full stop. Because when you take advantage of things today, you might reap the benefits for your family 100 years from now. But you've got to start taking advantage of the benefits of today, right now, right here. All right, we're 8:30 on the Pacific, 11:30 on the Eastern Standard Time. David, how you feeling after today's back and forth? Lizzo is fine. Leave Lizzo alone. Lizzo is a thick girl. She's a happy girl. She's a healthy girl. Leave Lizzo out of this conversation.
How am I feeling?
What?
How am I feeling?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling. I'm feeling that you're riding Biden's nutsack, and yeah, I'm feeling that way. But it's okay. Difference of opinions, and it's all good. I respect you as always, and I make that known that like we have that respect for each other. Just don't
Yeah,
agree with some of the thoughts that you have. You know, you don't like the China deal
I don't.
that that helped American companies and America itself finally get its fair share of profit. But that's okay. That was bad. That wasn't good.
Hey,
But we talked
David,
about a lot of yeah. Well, go ahead.
that Brett Favre story actually made it to New York Times today, so maybe it will have some more eyes. Yeah. Um,
Don't worry,
then we had three teens
mainstream
shot at
media
an
needs to be.
amusement park this weekend too. What the fuck? Yesterday. Oh my god. Did you hear that? Three teens shot at an amusement park. Can we not go anywhere?
No, this entire country is fucked up.
It's an amusement park, folks. That's just disgusting. It's outside of Pittsburgh, Allegheny County, Aliquippa. So thoughts and prayers to those families. Um, well, listen, Dougie. Let me tell you something. Where I'm from, calling somebody a dummy is like it's actually a word of endearment. Seriously, look it up. Look it up. Go check out Baltimore's information and like type in dummy, and it's like a sign of endearment. So no, I'm being God's honest truth. God's honest truth is a sign of endearment. It's like fuck up, shut up, dummy. You know. But prayers to those families again out there who the 15. Oh man, 15-year-old and a 39-year-old were shot. It's crazy, man. Crazy what these worlds coming to. But look, I tell you what, even though the world ain't always great, but love and respect out there for folks. 90% of what David and I do is you can tell when we're passionate and normally when we're playing. That's the difference. And so when we're playing, we might just go off the cuff, but when we're passionate, you can feel the fire. I want America to know that we need good leaders. We need strong leaders. We need strong men. We need strong women to start standing up for things they believe in. We need them to start listening to one another. Sit down with somebody who thinks differently than you this week. Just sit down with them. Find some common ground. Fucking have a beer. Whatever happened to that, David? Whatever happened when people could be able to sit down in a backyard, have a beer or a Coke or a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi or whatever you wanted to drink, and you could have an argument with your buddy and walk away happy. Because guess what? By the end of it, you're laughing about something that you both thought was hysterical.
So I might eat my words here.
Why?
I, I I'm reading the speech, by the way, right now. I'm listening to it from the new prime minister of Italy, and I don't disagree with her. I don't disagree with her at all. And people might
On
not like me for
something,
this. Like maybe like there's something that I will find to disagree with her, but like I don't disagree with her.
you know what? That's how they trick you.
Well, she made points,
David, even a broken clock's right twice a day.
but she made points.
I make great points too. Doesn't mean I'm always right.
I told you I don't want nobody call. Do you want somebody to call you a hamster?
I don't care what you call me because I don't have feelings like that. I really don't. Like I just don't. Like when people insult me, I just
Akil,
go,
a
"All
real
right."
talk, Akil. In this world today, we're just scared to say anything about anything. Like we are scared to talk freely. We are. It's just the truth. We are scared to go ahead and speak.
I don't know if people are scared to speak. I think what they're really scared of is the rebuttal that they have to defend what they say now. Like if
Some
I
people
press
don't.
you on something,
Some people don't want to say they. Some people don't want to say he, she. Like all this. Like some people don't want to say that. It's like I
well,
see
then use their
you,
name. Call them by their name.
but I'm just saying. Like, but if you do that, people want you to acknowledge them as something else.
Call them by their name.
But what if they don't want to be called by their name?
If you ask them their name, ask them what it is.
We'll save that for tomorrow. Shout outs to everybody who tuned in. It is 11:36 a.m. We are 5 minutes away from closing up here. We do the 2 hour show. Akil, myself, we wake up every single morning to go ahead and just touch on every single topic. I know some of you son of bitches want to go ahead and talk about crypto, your favorite meme tokens, like shit coins, all that good shit. You want to talk about some NFT projects that are fucking dead. They are vegetables right now. They need tombstones. But they're honestly, we've been through that. We've been through that. We've talked about it. It's boring. We got to wait a little bit. Let the markets recover. Then we can have some fun. Then we could talk about, oh, Bitcoin might be traveling to 100 grand and over. Oh, Ethereum might be hitting 20 grand. Holy shit. Goblins might be making a comeback because I spent 7.5 Ethereum on fucking goblins. A free mint, 7.5 Ethereums. Who knows? Solana may stay up for more than 3 weeks. We'll be talking about everything. But right now, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, to talk about that is remotely interesting in the crypto space. It really is. Let's call it for what it is. It is boring. It is boring. There is nothing. Kwon is on the run. Or is he? Is he really on the run? He says he's not. He's cooperating. Okay, so they issued something for him. Great. You guys want to see him getting pounded in the cell. You'll get your wish. Maybe they'll come out with maybe they'll come out with a videotape just like they did with Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian.
That was
Maybe it'll be
sick.
called One Night in Kwon.
That was so sick. That was sick.
One Night in
That
Kwon will be available. Will be available in New York City on one of the corner stores.
maybe,
One
maybe.
Night in Kwon.
Oh God,
That
that
is
is so
nasty.
sick.
I'm just like thinking about that right now, and that it was like, I want to vomit. I can't even
Well,
believe I said that.
you should want to vomit because that's kind of disgusting. One night in Quan. I'm not gonna be there with you. You can do that by yourself. You can be there. You can go see that show by yourself. One night in Quan.
There's no alpha. There's no alpha being dropped right now within the crypto space. If anything, this is more so a time to teach people about cryptocurrency.
Well, if we're gonna teach people about cryptocurrency, here's the first thing about cryptocurrency I want you to learn. Get yourself get yourself something small to start with. Bitcoin, Ethereum, something of legacy. Um, learn how to transact with it, learn how to use it, learn how to move it around because ultimately that's what you'll be doing. Um, don't get into shitty projects that you just read about that say they're going to the moon. Do some background research on them. Watch YouTube videos. Read the white papers. Um, don't. That's not the only thing you have to do. Trust me. Don't give out your keys if you have a crypto wallet. Don't give out your keys. Not your keys. Not your wallet. Not your crypto. At least technically it is, even if it's on an exchange, but that's another issue. It's just a lot easier to tell you that, not your keys, not your wallet. But overall, you know, go to G Media's Crypto 101. Learn something, right? Learn some basics before you go anything else. Because if you're here to learn, then you will see some returns in the future. This is a cycle. I know David has been through. David is, what is this? Your third cycle?
Something like
Third.
that.
Yeah, David's been in this David's been in this so long at this point. He just knows, he's like, get comfortable because right now is when you got to buy things because there's opportunities. I don't give financial advice either, but here's something that I personally have always been told: keep 10% on the side for liquidity. Keep yourself liquid at 10% just in case you need to go in, buy something, move things around, and always have at least 6 months reserve if you can afford it, 3 months minimum. If something drastic happens, I humbly do believe that we are in a recession. We just haven't felt the absolute end of it. But the day I went to the store and I spent $11 on milk and
Oh
one
my
box of
god.
cereal told me, yo,
How many times can you fucking talk about that?
because it's important, David. It's important. Milk
Yo,
and one box of
even
cereal for $11 and it wasn't at a bodega, yo, something wrong.
eh,
Something
eh,
is wrong.
even if we weren't in a recession, you'd be talking about it.
Because I'm
You're a
cheap.
cheap you're a cheap motherfucker, bro.
Well, yeah. I mean, somebody's got to be fiducially responsible and fiscally conservative.
And with that, we now end the show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning into the show. This is the breakdown. It was the breakdown, episode 64. We wanted to talk about we did talk about Do Kwon. We talked about some other shit. Mostly we stayed on politics. I switched my mind about this Italian PA, but the prime minister, the new prime minister of Italy. I got to look more into it, but right now reading what she stated kind of made sense. Kind of made sense. Shout out to our sponsors, Unstoppable Domains. Cop yourself one. The link's on Gokhshteinmedia.com. You can also go on to Gokhshteinmedia.com and get yourself some swag. You can also, if you have a protocol out there, our services page is now up. So if you are looking to go ahead and brand your protocol correctly and you are a legitimate project, you can go onto Gokhshteinmedia.com/services and have the G Media team help you out with branding your products correctly. Not shilling, but branding them correctly. And as always, I pass over the microphone to Akil Patterson for him to go ahead and send us out. Akil Patterson, you have the microphone, you dirty son of a bitch.
Thank you, David Gokhshtein. As always, folks, thank you for joining us here today on The Breakdown, episode number 64. Del Kwon is on the run. My name is Akil Patterson. That's David Gokhshtein. Thank you for joining us. And you know what? If you haven't told someone you love them today, remember that I just did. Have a great day and an even better tomorrow.